First, we are going to define what is a Lewis structure. A Lewis structure is a simple diagram that shows how valence electrons are arranged in a molecule or an ion. They help us predict the shape, stability, and behavior of chemical systems. In general, it shows which atoms are bonded, how many electrons are shared, and where lone pairs are located. For example, this is the Lewis structure of H2O, which is common water. The basic components of a Lewis structure are the lone pairs, the atoms, and the bonds. Also, before doing Lewis structure, we need to clarify what are valence electrons. Basically, valence electrons are the electrons located in the outermost energy level of an atom. For example, this is the atomic model of carbon, which has 4 valence electrons. In the periodic table, each group has its own number of valence electrons. The elements in group 1 have 1 valence electron, while the elements in group 7 have 7 valence electrons. Additionally, to draw Lewis structure, we need to know the Octet Rule. It says that atoms tend to gain, lose, or share electrons to have a full outer shell with 8 valence electrons, like the noble gases. Here we can see that the carbon atom gained 4 electrons to complete its octet.
Exceptions to this rule are the hydrogen atom, the helium atom, and the boron atom. Some other atoms have more than 8 electrons in their valence shell. They have empty d orbitals that can hold extra electrons. Atoms that cannot have an expanded octet are carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen. Now that we know all the basics, let's see how to draw Lewis structures. Step 1. Count the total number of valence electrons. Step 2. Choose the central atom. The central atom usually is the least electronegative atom, but it will never be the hydrogen atom. In the example of the carbon dioxide molecule, carbon is the central atom. Step 3. Connect atoms with bonds. Use a line between atoms to represent a pair of shared electrons. Each bond uses 2 electrons. Step 4. Add lone pairs to the outer atoms so they have 8 electrons around them. Step 5. Complete the octet of the central atom. If the central atom doesn't have 8 electrons, convert lone pairs into double or triple bonds.
After following the steps, this is what we obtain of the Lewis structure of CO2. Another thing that we have to take into consideration when we do Lewis structure is the formal charge of each atom. It is represented by the following formula. This is an example of how the formal charge of carbon and oxygen is calculated in this molecule. Also, we need to consider that if the molecule is an ion, we have to enclose the entire structure in brackets and place the net charge outside the bracket. For example, this is an ion of NH4 with positive charge.
Some molecules have more than one Lewis structure. We call them resonance structures. In this video, you've learned what is a Lewis structure, what is a valence electron and how we use it, what is the Octet rule, what is an expanded octet, how to draw molecules and ions, what is formal charge, and what is resonance. Now it's your turn to practice. If this helped you, like and share.